Welcome to iOS Insights, the channel for iOS app development using SwiftUI and Swift. In this tutorial, we will create a pop-up sheet. This sheet enables searching, selection, and displaying of different fruit details. The purpose of a pop-up: it enables the child screen to appear on the parent screen. This is how the pop-up works. This is the parent screen that shows the actual button, fruit pop-up. So when we click on the button, fruit pop-up, this screen pops up. This screen here, it's got a list of fruits. It pops up on the parent screen. And then within the pop-up screen, we can filter by different types of fruits. For example, we can type in banana, like BA for banana, APP for pineapple, then it is apple. And then we can select one of the fruits. And then the selected fruit is then displayed on the parent view. So this is the application that we'll be creating in this tutorial. Within your content view, type the following: at state private var is sheet presented equals false. And the purpose of this variable is to track if the sheet has been displayed or not. Create another variable called at state private var selected fruit name string image string question mark equals nil. On line 12, the selected fruit variable is a tuples variable. So a tuples variable enables the variable to store or hold multiple values into a single compound value. It's a little bit similar to a class. So the selected fruit tuple variable has similar things like properties, which are name and image. So that's the purpose of that variable, to store the selected fruit, which is the name and the image of the fruit. And then on line 16, delete everything from line 16 to lines 21. And then enter another closing bracket. And on line 16, just type the following: button action selected fruit equals nil. Is sheet presented toggle open bracket text open bracket comma, and then open the emoji picker by pressing on the keyboard the following keys, which are control, which is CTRL key, and then the command key, and then the space key, spacebar, and then filter on any fruit. It's up to you. I just filter on orange. And then just type the word fruit pop-up, and then filter on another fruit. So just like select or hold down control key, and then CMD, command key, and the spacebar. And then for the second fruit, I will enter apple. Then type in font, headline, dot foreground color, dot white, dot background, dot blue, dot corner radius, dot 20. And then the next thing we need to do is on line or after line 25, just type the following: if let selected fruit is equal to selected fruit. So lines 27, it just makes sure that the actual variable includes a value and it's not nil. And it does that by unwrapping it to do the actual check. So if there's a value in the selected fruit value, then fruit details view open bracket fruit selected fruit. The details view will be created later, so we just comment that line out, line 28. If is sheet presented, open bracket, fruit list sheet is presented, $, is sheet presented, selected fruit, and then $, selected fruit, So the fruit list sheet, that will contain the list of fruits that the user can select from. And then just type in .frame, open bracket, width 320 and height 500. Background color white. Corner radius 20. Overlay rounded rectangle, corner radius 20. Stroke grey, line width 1. And then on line 43 or anywhere after line 42, just type in .padding. And the purpose of the .padding is to apply padding to the entire VStack. So as I mentioned earlier, the fruit list sheets and the fruit details view, that will be created next week. Pop-up sheets to make it more functional, so that the users can search and filter for the different types of fruits, and also select a fruit of interest. So this is what we're doing today. First thing we need to do within our SwiftUI project is to create a new SwiftUI view and call it fruit list sheet. Select the SwiftUI view, click on next, and then just rename it as fruit list sheet. Click on create. And then after line 10, into the following, at binding bar is sheet presented. And the purpose of that variable is to control the presentation of the sheet. So within the fruit list sheet, it has a bindable variable which we just created called is sheet presented, and then in the content view there'll be a similar variable called is sheet presented, which is at state. Next variable we need to create is another bindable variable at binding var selected fruit name string image string question mark for optional. So what that line does, it creates a bindable tuple to capture the selected fruit name and image. Tuples are a way of grouping multiple values into a single compound value. So a tuple is a little bit similar to an object or class, which can have properties. Create another variable called letFruits, which is an array, a string array. Open bracket, apple, banana, orange, kiwi, mango, pineapple. And the purpose of the fruit array is to store the actual fruit names so that the fruit names and the actual fruits will be populated within the list. We need to create another function called image name. Function image name for fruit string returns a string. Return fruit dot lowercase. And what that does, it converts the fruit name to lowercase. So instead of having like a capital A, it'll be lowercase a. The next thing we need to do is we have to create one more variable at state private var search text equals comma. And then within the view body some view, what we need to do on line 22, delete line 22, and then type in navigation view. List if let fruit. If let filtered fruit is equal to fruits fruits.filter. So what that will do, it will check to make sure that the array contains a value and it isn't nil by doing safe on wrapping. If let the safe on wrapping is equal to the variable. And then if the case is true and there is a matching value of that fruit in the array, it will do the next procedure. So let's do that now. Search text is empty, question mark, true, $0, localize case insensitive contains. Search text. So what that will do, it will do a comparison on upper or lowercase strings. So each type of string is equal within a search. So if this string exists, it always returns true. If it's, for example, like apple or lowercase apple within the search criteria, next thing we need to do is put a comma there, not filtered fruits is empty. So if the filtered fruits is an empty, that means our array contains an array of fruits. For each filtered fruit ID, self, open bracket, fruit in. And what that does, it iterates, like loops through or over the filtered fruits using a for each, and then it applies a identifier using ID backslash dot self. That's how it applies a identifier. So that each row within the array is unique, so that the loop works correctly within the for each and for the list as well. Selected fruit equals name fruit image name for fruit. So what that does, when a fruit is selected, it accepts its name and image, and also we need to close the sheet after the image is selected. So we type in is sheet presented equals false. That will close or dismiss the sheet, which is the screen. And then we need a closing bracket here on line 32, and another opening bracket. And then the next thing we need to do is to display the actual fruit. Now there's an error somewhere on line 28. I think it's this. It says fruiting. Oh, we've forgotten to add our button to enable the user to select their fruit from the list. So that should be on line 29. So we need to create a button called button, open bracket, action. Let's compile it just to make sure that there's no more errors. Oh, there's another error, expecting closing brackets, so we do that afterwards. So the next thing we need to do is to display our selected fruit. So we need to create a H stack, horizontal stack, H stack, image name, for fruit, and then the next thing we need to do is make the image resizable. So just type in dot resizable, dot scale to fit, dot frame, width 50, height 50, dot background, color, dot white, dot corner radius, dot 10, corner radius 10. And now we have the image of the fruit that we selected. We need to add the actual name of the fruit using text. So just type in text, fruit, dot font, dot headline. And then just give our fruit some padding, dot vertical 8. Next thing we need to do, on line 50, type in an else statement, else. If you type in a fruit that's not in the list, it should display an error message. So this is what we'll do now. Else text. Now we need to open the emoji picker. So to do that, just press on Control and Command and space. So there's Control, Command, and space. And then just type in whatever fruit you want to. I just type in apple. So apple is the emoji fruit that I'll be using, which is a green apple. Let me just place it there. And then just type in, oops, no matching fruits found. Oh yeah, we need to add another emoji. So just select Control, Command, and space. I'll just type in banana. Next thing we need to do is style the text. So just type in font, title, font weight, bold, foreground color, red, padding, background, white, corner radius, 10, dot shadow radius dot 5 dot padding dot vertical 20. Next thing we need to do, oh yeah, we can delete our preview as we're not using it. So the next thing we need to do is on line 63, just type in dot searchable $ search text prompt search root. And what that does, it adds a searchable modifier to enable search functionality on this line here, line 63. Dot navigation title root. And then we add our final closing bracket for this view. And now it should compile correctly. It compiles. So now we need to go back to the content view and see if we can run it. The content view, this is the content view. Fruit list sheet, yeah, so we can run it. So now when we run it, we will see the list of fruits on the screen, which enables the user to perform a filter. Oh, there's something else we need to do. We need to add our images, just forgotten. So the images, we need to add it to the assets folder. I have some images here already in the fruits directory. You can download them from Google if you want to. I'm just gonna drag these fruits onto the assets. See, this is the assets. I just dragged it onto the pane here. And now we can run it. So now if you click on the fruit pop-up, I think there's an issue with the padding on that button. So now click on the fruit pop-up and then it shows the pop-up that has a list of fruits, and now we can filter on the fruits. Type in banana, and filter on banana. If I spell it incorrectly, it says, oops, no matching fruits found. The pineapple image is not being displayed. Oh, that's what it is. Spelled incorrectly. So we just have to remove the PNG and rerun it. The pineapple should now be in the list. Yes, it is. I'll test the searchable function again. Just type in mango. If I type in mango X, it doesn't exist. That functionality doesn't work at the moment because we haven't implemented it. If we click on the fruit, it just shows the fruit on the actual parent screen. So let's do that now. So to do that, we need to create another view, which is called Fruit Details View. So create another SwiftUI view, new file, select SwiftUI, click on Next, call this view Fruit Detail View, click on Create, delete the preview, and then now, after line 10, into the following, bar, fruit, open bracket name, string, image, string. So what we've done previously in the other SwiftUI view, we're creating another tuple to hold the name of the fruit and the image of the fruit. On line 14, delete line 14, and then enter vstack, image, fruit, dot image, dot resizable, dot scale to fit, dot frame, width, 120, and the height is 120. So here we're just setting the image size of 120 by 120. Dot background, dot white, dot corner radius, 20. Text, fruit dot name, dot font, title, dot padding, which just add some padding around the text. And then after line 26, just add dot background, dot white, dot corner radius, 20, dot shadow radius, 8, dot padding, top, 20. So lines between 27 and 30, what they do, it adds the white background to the entire view, and then it applies a corner radius to the entire view of 20. It adds a shadow effect with the radius of 8, and then it adds a top padding to the entire view. So now we need to go back to the content view to connect that view so that it's displayable. So on the content view, what we done last week on line 28, just uncomment line 28. So line 28 or line 27, it will unwrap the selected value, the selected fruit from line 27. And then on line 28, that selected fruit is then passed to the view and then displayed on that view. So now the fruit will be displayable when we select it from the list or perform a filter on the list. Let's run it now to test it. Click on the fruit pop-up button. Now select a fruit. I'll select orange. As you can see, orange is displayed on the parent view. And then if you click on the button again, you can select another fruit, and that fruit is displayed on the parent view. And you can perform the filter for different fruits. Mangoes doesn't exist, so it shows this error message. And for some homework, you can try to correct this padding for the button, because the padding for the button should be a bit neater, but that can be a little task for you for next week. And if you're able to do it or unable to do it, you can supply a comment on the channel to let me know how you've done it, or to let me know if you weren't able to do it. This code showcases a SwiftUI app presenting a pop-up sheet to select and display various fruit details. The content view handles the main UI, while the fruit list sheet defines the sheet's content. Thank you for joining us. If you found this tutorial helpful, please comment, like and subscribe. See you next week.